how to find a new dog, either because it's going to be the first one that you've looked for, or to replace one who passed away or had to be put down. It seems the primary method is going to be Petfinder.com. This is a kind of a half-assed developed website. It has lots of great features and lacks a lot of needed features. So on petfinder.com, you're going to be looking at dogs that are available in your area or anywhere in the whole United States. You would use anywhere. I choose 100-mile radius, and then you type in the area you're at. And you have these filters for breed. Every time you click plus, then it adds it to this area here on top. Age. Um, all of this is almost just a bunch of nonsense because it's just not, people are just not, people who post these are not being very accurate. So it's pretty frustrating. You might want to start out with no filters and just look at all the dogs in your area first, and then try changing this days on Pet Finder one day and check every day thereafter, so that you don't have to look at the same dog over and over. I wish there was an option where you could just click the X. There you have a red X. You click the X so you don't see that dog again. That way, when you come back day after day, you don't see the same dog over and over that you don't want because of something about it that you don't want. So yeah, that's just about it with Pet Finder. You do not have to sign up. Some problems with Pet Finder is this this small font jumbled crap. See, like right here, the way they have it is just really crappy. I think that's because I think it's kind of low budget and remote people logging in to make these descriptions. A lot of times they only have just one or two photos at most. This is just stupid. They have three photos just of the front, so you cannot see the side of the body. This is very common on Pet Finder, and also um, very annoying because you just can't get a very good description most of the time. 22.7 pounds. I guess that's the current weight. A lot of times they will put the future weight that they guess, like 60 pounds, when it's still a puppy. It's just has huge amount of room to improve this website. Then down here, other pets available in your area. If you're only looking for a dog, they're going to show a lot of cats. So, and then over here you can set an email reminder that may be better than clicking on days on Pet Finder. I just fear being spammed too much with that option, but maybe not. I don't know. They do have resources, dog care, cat care. This is good. You definitely want to be checking out all this stuff on top. So don't just use it to look for a pet, but also learn about pets, companion animals, or what I'm looking for is a service dog of medium size. And most medium sized dogs are not very well trainable for that task. And so I may end up looking for a miniature poodle would be the most trainable. Okay, another option would be Craigslist. This one you have to be more careful about because there are quite a lot of scams on Craigslist. So never prepay for anything, and anything on Craigslist you want to ask to see the parents and make sure it's not a puppy mill that has abused animals. So if you get to see the parents, that like this one for $1,500, it may be a puppy mill where you don't get to see the parents because they're in an abusive situation. Don't buy those kind of dogs. Another option, oh, also with Craigslist, I recommend the same thing, to only look for the or to look at it. Where's that option? Every day to see what's new. Um, and also something very important. Oh yeah, there is no category for dogs or cats in Craigslist. So for Craigslist, you're gonna have to type in something like PUPP and then that to find the youngest dogs or cats. Um, so for kitten, you would type in KITT and then that, or just kittens, see what comes up. And also AKC, if uh, this is kind of like a last resort, because if you adopt AKC, these are bred, uh, and so therefore you're not going to be able to save a pet in a shelter. And also, when you adopt from an AKC breeder, purebreds generally have more health problems, but their parents can be better screened for health problems, so it may be sort of a washout. And Pet Harbor is similar to Petfinder, but I find it a little redundant and quirky, maybe even more quirky than Petfinder. And we have, okay, so why not just go to a shelter, physically go there? Um, that's because the shelters are going to put everything they have on here, or they're supposed to. Some shelters are now requiring that you look online first before you bother them, and that makes sense because, well, in one way that makes sense, in another way they're not ready for that because they need to put more photos and more better description of their pet online. However, so if you physically go there, sometimes the description is not sufficient either, but at least you get to see the dog, maybe, because some shelters don't let you see the dog at all until they feel like you're really serious about it. And another option regarding the controversial service dog category, there is Assistance Dogs International as being the, by the way, this next section is just going to be a bonus. If you're done with, if you're not interested in service dogs, that's all I had to say about finding a dog. But if you want to look into service dogs, your your best bet may be Assistance Dog International. These dogs can range in cost of around $20,000 to $50,000 per trained dog. And here you can find where you can get them from. If you're service connected disability, then a lot of these organizations will give you a free dog, but with a waiting list of several years and requiring specific follow-ups and a 6-month training program that you have to go through to get trained on how to be a service dog handler. And then your service dog will have to be recertified every year if you're going to retain the Assistance Dog International association with your dog, which has the benefits of getting veterinarian care discounts or possibly free medical care from the Veterans Administration in that case. It's not required to have a service dog that you go through these organizations. In fact, you can train your own service dog, and that's what I plan on doing because I don't want to wait several years and bring my dog in every year for certification um, when it's only going to be performing just a few tasks. All right, well, I'm not going to bother you with begging you to do anything, but um, it would help if you push some buttons down there. All right, let me know what you think about all this and if you have any suggestions on a next topic.